T-shirt, and I'm gonna wear it.
You're gonna
non-stop.
wear it?
Yeah, non-stop.
I'm gonna steal it. I think
you're gonna steal it. You're gonna
I
steal
think you're gonna rip it apart because you're buffed as SF.
And well, if you invite Semijew, you want to have his hat, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah, that's no question at all. We got Handlock versus Murkerok.
Oh, that's surprising.
That's one.
Never saw that matchup.
Yeah, like day one, none of those matchups. Day two actually never happened. So that's the first Murkerok.
Completely new decks as well.
Handlock we see today. Already a Twilight Drake for Semijew. That's good.
I'm surprised he throws away the Watcher.
It's okay, in my opinion. Watcher is good, but you mulligan first. You rise to Portex, you mulligan first. This is a stare battle. Everyone is going to run down the timer.
If those guys seem to like each other.
Yeah, like we could have cut the files a bit further, but you never know that people start trolling each other.
Wait.
So we got a Twilight Drake. A Siphon Soul wouldn't keep that. Defender of Argus, not good also. Ancient Watcher. It's arguable. Portex should redraw his auction. Well, I'm not sure the auctioneer, but as a 7 agent, keep it and redraw the Azure Drake. Keeping an auctioneer is always good, but against the handlock, if it's a Zulok, what are you going to do now? Double auctioneer as a 7 agent?
Not too good.
Nah, not.
He drew into a Mountain Giant, so everything worked out perfectly.
For Portex.
For Portex, yeah, of course.
For Semijew, it's just looking grim and dark.
What?
Yeah, I mean, look at his hand. There's like Twilight Drake coming, Mountain Giant coming. How is he gonna kill it?
You know that Portex is a rogue, right?
Yeah, did I say for Semijew it's looking grim?
Yes, I was just completely confused.
Okay, no problem. For Semijew it's looking grim. He only has a Twilight Drake and a Mountain Giant, no problem.
Yeah, and it's turn 2, got a coin and it's just gonna rip the rogue's face apart.
And this is exactly why we're doing those 5-minute breaks, if you wonder, since...
to hype us up again?
No, if we would cast non-stop without any break, I would even throw stuff, like, even more. Like, it would get players' cards. Well, I do that even with a break, so we could also stop it.
Turn out Twilight Draco.
Yeah, that's a good thing. A 4/8 Twilight Drake. I mean, what are you going to do? Look at his hand. He can double eviscerate, but are you going to double eviscerate?
It wouldn't be enough.
Yeah, it wouldn't be enough, especially if you cannot combo those cards.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
why it wouldn't be enough.
No value as a 7 agent.
That hurts.
Yeah, that hurts. That's like no.
Yeah. What else are you going to do? Fan of Knives?
Yeah, draw a card.
Well,
hope it's a good card. Yeah, I agree here. You can draw a card. That would turn out okay. But as we know, yeah, there's a heal, there's a taunt up, there's card draw, and then next turn, Mountain Giant. You're screwed. At the moment, the Portex looks screwed a bit.
Yep. Well, it's a best of 3.
It's a best of 3, that's correct. So if he gets screwed one game, he can at least come back with a Hunter or something.
Or with a Shaman.
Well, he takes his
Shaman,
time.
Handlock, also a matchup we don't see every day.
What else could he do? So, his crazy thing, he could Blade Flurry, eviscerate. So, that's actually not arguable. So, he tags weapons up.
Yeah.
That was just like really hard turn for him. Yeah, just live tap. He even could drop the Taunter if he wants to. There's like he can play his Mountain Giant nevertheless, whatever happens. The good thing, if you taunt now, you might force a sap.
You know what I'm thinking?
No, tell me.
In a tournament match, as a Miracle Rogue, I would start considering putting a Black Knight in.
Or one Owl.
Or one Owl.
I think the Owl is like Black Knight is okay, but it's turn 6. That could take quite some time. Sometimes you win turn 6. So an Owl might turn out better.
Not against Handlock.
Not against a Handlock, exactly. But you need to consider such a play for every matchup. So yes, something to get rid of Twilight Drake, Big Taunter, 5/10 tree. So if there
Ancient of War. Yeah, that's his name, dude.
Is the Ancient of War there? You want to silence that one to get through it. I guess one Iron Beak Owl, if you can force it in somehow, could turn out good.
Or instead of an Owl, what's the 4/3?
The Spellbreaker.
Spellbreaker. Because you lack a 4-drop anyways.
The main problem with the Spellbreaker is you kind of want to go, let's say, turn 10, Iron Beak Owl 2 mana, and then Leroy Shadow Step, whatever. And with a Spellbreaker, well, that won't cost too much. Brings him down to 5 HP. It's getting okay for Portex at the moment. Well, we're gonna see the giant. Not only is it he can attack Mortal Coil and then play the giant, and he has another mountain giant.
Pain.
He could also just go for the Urza and Ring Forest here if he wants to heal up.
No.
He's gonna go for the giant. I mean,
throw giants at him.
This is looking extremely well for Semijew. I see him just winning this easy mode.
Portex is a god if he wins it.
Or has just some really OP crazy card draw log. He has a backstab in his hand, so he can go backstab double eviscerate. He can go.
The thing is, yeah, I agree, but the problem is you want to keep your backstab for your auctioneer to get some card draw, but if you wait that long, you're dead already. I mean, he's down to 22, 12 damage on the board, and there are more and more giants coming.
More and more giants. What else could he do? So we might see Fan of Knives, eviscerate on the red one, on the right one, like backstab, Fan of Knives, eviscerate the right one. Could that be one play you would consider? You would draw a card.
Yeah, and then next turn, if he gets a Salnos or a Zoodrake, he could go Salnos Eviscerate or a Zoodrake Eviscerate and kill the 8/5 giant. It's just one problem. Well, he doesn't know it, of course. There are more giants incoming.
There are more giants incoming. Things to heal giants. There's a lot of good stuff going on for Semijew here.
But that's the play. Backstab, Fan of Knives, Eviscerate.
I would just absolutely.
It's just like you
Well, now you can eviscerate, preparation eviscerate, but you don't want to.
Take 8 damage?
Yeah, take 8 damage.
Well, rather take them now than next turn.
The problem is...
And it could get healed up. That was a right play. The problem is he used backstab, he used prep without having an auctioneer. So he only has Blade Flurry left. It's his only spell with the auctioneer. He's running out of cards. And therefore running out of options.
And there is the next mountain giant coming. As you said, it was a right play. There's no argue about it, just to get everything rid. But it was not a beautiful play and not a play for the future. As you say, he's screwed. He could play Auctioneer Blade Flurry for 1 damage to draw a card. That's it. Preparation is gone. 2 Eviscerates are gone. If he had kept it for 1 turn, it might have been too late. It might already be death for him if there's Leroy, whatever. Like taking those 8 damage twice.
He cannot life tap. He has to play the giant and don't life tap.
If there's Leroy, you mean if there's Leroy, Shadow Step, Leroy, Cold Blood, 16 damage?
No, that's actually 6 mana, 7 mana. With another prep Cold Blood, he would be dead. But that's how many cards?
It could have been possible.
Yeah, it would be possible.
But
it's like the chance is 1 in a million, but still.
Absolutely. He draws some cards which are extremely unhelpful. There is 8 damage, only 11 damage, but we see Ancient Watcher plus Defender of Argus.
Would you watch her?
Would you watch her Argus?
No, I would Siphon Soul.
You would Siphon Soul?
Just go for 8 in the face.
Yeah, you would go up to 23.
Just play safe.
That's correct. Well, you're saying Ancient Watcher and the double taunt up is not safe.
No.
It's both plays are safe, but this just diminishes the chance of him drawing a lot of cards. So I see your play. He could have also killed the Auctioneer with his 8/8 instead of going for the face.
Is there a way of him dying? Yes, there is with 6 cards. It could be Leroy Shadow Step, 18 damage, Cold Blood.
That's only 22.
That's 20. Yeah, exactly.
With
like and one with the weapon. Okay,
yeah.
So with 1 prep Cold Blood, 5 cards of the 6.
Yeah, it's possible. You would need the perfect hand. So, and as we see there, it's far away from the perfect hand. But that's what you need to go through as a player every time. You need to consider all those chances. And if you don't, that's when you die and when you lose your game. He's up to 9 or down to 9. And that's just enough for Semijew to carry away his first win here.
And the question is he gonna Defender of Argus the giant up or use Hellfire?
I'm gonna answer your question. He's gonna Hellfire.
Wow.
No problem here for him. Just that was a pretty easy win, I would say, but a really good draw for
so much board clear with Shadow Flame or Hellfire that I would still prefer the Warrior.
I agree there, but yeah, Portex doesn't. He goes for the Shaman. And for a more mid-rangey version with Harvest Golems, that's not uncommon. We have seen it before. There are maybe Yetis too. It's a cool version, especially against his enemy. So there's an Earthshock. Wow, Earthshock hacks Harvest Golem and Argus. He can get really good stuff out early. Semijew has his Twilight Drake, and that would just get ripped into pieces. And he can get turn 2, coin Harvest Golem, play Unbound Elemental. So he's getting 2 really potent minions out early. I like what Portex is having here in his hand. There could be maybe a Portex this time going for a good place.
Yeah, he has a better hand to start with. The good thing is Mortal Coil to kill potential,
the Harvest Machine.
Yeah, the Harvest Machine or the Fire Totem.
Yeah, there are some okay plays for Semijew, especially having the Hellfire to get rid of this stuff. And if you Mortal Coil the Unbound Elemental, that's okay too. So there is no problem. Yeah, what are you like? Live tap, live tap, live tap. Drop your Twilight Drake. That gets Earthshock.
It's like Semijew's hand is not optimal. Definitely not. He has no mountain giants, only one Twilight Drake, which he's going to play. But you have to consider he has the board clear. He already has the Hellfire and also Shadow Flame, which is really strong.
No problem for him to clear turn 8 with Leroy, Shadow Flame, everything Shaman can put out. Even Defender of Argus upped Fire Elemental. Well, that has 6 XP, and that's enough for Leroy slightly to finish off. So Portex can get melted turn 8 if we actually come to in turn 8. So with Portex hand, there's the second Twilight Drake.
That was important.
Yeah, if he's not losing it.
Wow, dead caster synergy.
Leroy lost, so that was good for Portex in the end.
It's just not going in Semijew's way.
That is gonna die, and he has an Hex, so it's
just Earthshock.
Yeah, Earthshock, Argent Squire, Totem.
Yep.
No questions asked. Don't take hostages. Just Earthshock.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree with you. Just kill everything and back for another Earthshock next turn when you see the second Twilight Drake, or just go. Well, he could.
Would you?
Hellfire and Mortal Coil.
Well, you want to play the Twilight first before you just drop so many cards. Has more value, obviously, and maybe you can bait out an early Hex.
Would you Hex now?
That was a question I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, okay. Consider if you leave it alive, he can.
I would not Hex here.
If you leave it alive, he could attack. He could just Hellfire and kill what's left over. So Hellfire kills. He can Hellfire still. So now I would take my chance. Just break the shield. Hellfire, Mortal Coil, the small one, and GG. He could have Hellfired anyway, so whatever you do here, in the end, that might have been the better move, since you keep your Hex. And you can kill a 4 HP minion, actually easier, a 2 HP minion. So what do we have here? No overload, he can just Argent Commander it away, as you say.
No, Fire Elemental it away.
Oh, Fire Elemental it away, both
better.
ways. Yeah, I agree. I was just in the Argent Commander card. I just didn't see the Fire Elemental in the middle, but I agree here.
No problem.
What is
That's what I'm here for.
Absolutely. Mountain Giant, wow. But that gets hexed. Or you drop a Molten Giant and taunt it up.
Molten Giant.
Yeah, you need to look out for...
But the problem is, your Mountain Giant gets more expensive. It's going to be a 7 mana card next turn.
But you cannot play Mountain Giant plus the Taunter. And if there is a Wind Fury, Flame Tongue Totem, Wind Fury, Rockbiter, Flame Tongue Totem, Lightning Bolt, you would already be dead. So you really need to look out for something similar.
That was risky. Wind Fury Earthshock would be GG.
Absolutely. And that's why he needs to... Well, is he going to Hex or just drop a Flame Tongue?
I think Flame Tongue.
I mean, it's easy kill. You keep your Hex for the next minion. You cannot do this again if your minion dies. So maybe do it now while you can before you lose your minion, and you cannot do it anymore.
Go Azure Drake, Flame Tongue.
Yeah, see what you draw first, and then Flame Tongue. Maybe Unbound Totem Flame Tongue to just have more options. I would prefer going Unbound than Totem.
Wow.
Taunt Totem is okay, but I would have preferred the Unbound.
Really?
The good thing is next turn he can deal 14 damage. Exactly 14. Will you go for Molten Giant Shadow Flame? Or Molten Giant, then power up, power overwhelming up the 2/3 and Shadow Flame away?
Yes.
Like get rid of the 6/5. I guess that's what you need to do.
That's the play.
If he plays the Molten Giant,
That is the play.
he needs to taunt it up. So he can taunt it up too.
What? No. He doesn't.
Well, that's okay. I mean, if your one minion gets hexed, you get the other taunter, you would survive. In the end, that's okay for you. Especially, he cannot kill it with a Flame Tongue Totem anymore. So now, if we recapitulate what happened, you should have Flame Tongue Totem last turn, and now you could hex. That would be perfect for Portex.
Way better.
Semijew's clawing back into this game. He really doesn't want to lose. It would be devastating for his team. And what can Portex do? Could go Argent Commander.
Well, he would. Yeah. He needs to.
You know, if you go Argent Commander, your 6/5 is just standing there doing nothing. So that's the biggest problem. Maybe go Azure Drake, see what you get. Hope, cross your fingers, back for an hex. Or, well, yeah. It's just really, really crappy for him. If he goes
I think
Commander,
Azure Drake Flame Tongue last turn would have been better. Because you would have gotten another card, which is more options and no Defender of Argus risk. Now he goes for the Azure Drake, gets the Yeti, which just makes, yeah, it's just useless. Hopes for a Taunt Totem, it's not a Taunt Totem. Yeah.
11 damage from Semijew, and not only 11 damage, he can just copy Pastorino, his 1/99, get 2 9/9s.
Heal himself up.
Heal himself up, or he could also Shadow Flame. Well, he doesn't need to Shadow Flame.
No.
He can run it in. I was like, he gets Shadow Flame. I'm like so Shadow Flame greedy. He doesn't need to. He just heals himself up, and he's happy. And there are 2 9/9s on the board. How is Portex going to kill him? He needs at least a double Lightning Storm.
Yeah, Flame Tongue, Argent Commander.
I know that
Only way that he could survive.
he can kill 1/99 with Argent Commander and Flame Tongue rather easy. So that's going to be a 6/2 Argent Commander, a 3/1 Totem. He can kill one of the 9/9s. Then there's only 12 damage on the board. Oh, this is
12 damage on the board, overwhelming. Leroy is gone. That's a good thing. Faceless is gone.
I'm seeing a 2-0 incoming for Semijew here.
Well, there's Soulfire left, right? Hellfire. He used 1 Hellfire. You never know. Does he run 2 Hellfire or 2 Shadow Flame? Normally, like in general, you run double Shadow Flame.
Sometimes double. It all comes down. If you play Big Game Hunter, if you play 2 Iron Peak Owls, there's the minor tweaks you can do. Some people play 1 Voidwalker. So
some people even play Alex.
Absolutely. He's going to kill one of the minions here. That's not surprising. But he's screwed. That's 12 damage on the board. And never going to be nice.
Just drop a totem. That play was even better than the Argent Commander one.
He gets a Yeti plus that and can use his Argent Commander next turn. There's the Soulfire we were talking about. Yeah, he's going to do 12, 16, 20 damage in total. That's just perfectly played by Semi. And with the draw, actually, with the draw I saw from Portex here, I would say he would have won in theory. I felt like he's going to win, but Semijew just draws